This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 2181, Who is to Blame for All the Bullying? By Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ORD, where I, Greg Audino, am here with you every single day to read from some of the best blogs around that focus on relationship building. And on Thursdays and Fridays, we read from parenting content specifically. So today's post comes from Allison Carmen, and it's actually about bullying, how to approach it and manage it, whether you're a parent or not. So let's get right into it as we optimize your life. Who is to blame for all the bullying? By Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com. Last week, my daughter and I were shopping in a store to buy horseback riding boots for summer camp. We were the only customers in the store at the time, and both the sales clerk and the store manager were helping us. We had trouble making our decision on the boots because her foot seemed to be between two sizes. We kept going back and forth between two pairs, and we were in the store for a long time. We bought the smaller size and left the store. When we got home, my 9-year-old daughter told me the sales clerk and manager were making faces to each other and rolling their eyes at me when I was not directly looking at them. Did these saleswomen bully me? No, but they were showing my child an underlying characteristic of bullying. A disrespect for someone else. As demonstrated by the children that bullied the bus monitor, Karen Klein, seen by millions on YouTube, a blatant disrespect for another human being is a major component of bullying. And yet, I bet if you asked these saleswomen if they support bullying in their homes, they would say of course not. But their actions in front of my child speak volumes. As I read all of these articles and blogs about who is to blame for the bullying problems we face, I can only sit silently today reflecting on my own actions. Through my actions, I try to teach my children love, kindness, and respect for themselves, and every other individual that walks the earth. These are my 10 commandments that I try to live by every day. Number 1, I try to never put people down, even when I'm frustrated and angry. I allow no name-calling, and I try to keep to the facts. Every time I put someone down, it's a signal for my children to do the same. I can tell them not to put other people down, but in the end, they will follow what I do. Number 2, I don't make fun of people for how they look or act if they are different from my family, my friends, or me. Even the slightest comment can signal to my children that it is okay to make fun of individuals for their differences. Number 3, I try not to yell and scream in my home. I'm not perfect, but when I lose my cool, even if I stand by what I said, I apologize for raising my voice and tell my children that I respect them. My hope is that my children will not yell and scream at their peers or anyone else when things don't go exactly as they had planned. Number 4, if I admire someone for something that they did or said, I tell them. Complimenting people for their actions and achievements helps my children see that everything is not a competition and we can be happy for other people. Number 5, I try to expose my children to the joy of giving to others through charity work. I try to teach them that we are all in this world together and must help each other. I tell them that it is our responsibility and obligation as human beings on this earth. Number 6, I try to see other people's points of view to understand how they came to think and act in any particular situation. Even when I disagree, I always try to help my children see the other side of a situation. I'm not encouraging them to change their opinion, but instead to look hard to understand that someone else has another point of view that we must respect in order to resolve a matter and coexist in our world. Number 7, I try to take responsibility for what happens in my life, and I try my best not to blame others for my problems. I try to teach my children that we can only control our own behavior, and I tell them that I believe that with truth and perseverance, they can face any situation. Number 8, when I'm with my children, I try to clear my mind and stay focused on just them. I do my best to not look at emails or talk on the telephone or worry about what needs to get done. I want them to feel that I am truly present for them and they have a parent that listens to them and cares about what they have to say. My hope is that they will feel secure and develop a voice for themselves and not follow another voice outside of them at school that may not be kind and loving. Number 9, I try to stand up for what I believe in and speak my mind. I want my children to see that they must stand up for what is right in the world and let their voices be heard when they see injustice and cruelty. Through my actions, I hope they see that there is no greater authority than the voice within themselves telling them what is right in the quest for a more peaceful and loving society. And number 10, I try to be courteous and respectful to everyone I interact with all day long. I try to teach my children that everyone in our society may have different jobs and different challenges, but that we are all dependent on each other, and we are all equal and deserve respect and kindness at all times. We stop to speak with the homeless on the street, and we chat with the movie star down the road. My children watch me, and I try to always act with the same level of kindness and respect to everyone at all times. As you see, I began most of my reflections with I try. I am far from a perfect human being or a perfect parent. I tried to live by these rules because I truly believe that we are all connected, and this is the way to create a more peaceful and loving society. I cannot guarantee that my children will not be the bullies, but I know that they have and will continue to watch me as a role model for how to act at home and in the world. And what did I tell my daughter about the saleswoman at the store? I told her that they were not kind and respectful to us, and we would not shop there again. I also told her that it is our responsibility to continue to act with love and kindness, regardless of how other people act toward us, because that is the way for us to achieve a more peaceful world. I told her maybe one day the saleswomen will do the same. My daughter responded, "Okay, Mommy." You just listened to the post titled, "Who is to Blame for All the Bullying?" by Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com. And I'll be back in just a sec with my commentary. And thanks so much to Allison for this post, a really good one for parents to consider. I love these commandments that she's set forth and chosen to abide by for herself. They're really good. Number 6 is especially interesting, as it focuses on seeing others' points of view and understanding why they come to think and act the way they do, as she said. Now, to me, this one is highly important because really the ultimate test for Allison and anyone else is to apply this 6th commandment to everyone, including the bullies themselves. We really get a leg up on bullying or any type of oppression when we're able to empathize with the perpetrators. And it's not to say that we can't set boundaries with them, or that we have to forgive them, or that they shouldn't undergo punishment, or that we should go shop at their store again. But all of these types of responses can coexist with understanding and empathy. And this should really be the goal for all of us. But that will do it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for being here and spending your time with us. I hope you enjoyed this post, and if you did, be sure to come back for more parenting content tomorrow. That's where your optimal life awaits.